Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with everybody. I don't know if anybody can hear me really. If you could tell me in the chat if you could hear me so that we can go right ahead. Let me check on my people. Welcome, welcome, welcome today. Today is our graduation. So we are so excited to be here. So I'm looking at the chat and we are still kind of getting used to the whole video on video events, right? Okay, you can hear me. Okay, so this is from the back end. Oh, beautiful. And then this is the main comment. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, okay, Lois. Yeah, thank you for showing up. It's good to know that there is some feedback and people can hear us. So we'll just give a minute or two. Thank you so that other people can come into the call. As we all know, today is our graduation, right? And it's not just graduation, it's also graduation and award ceremony. So before the end of the next 1 hour, 1 hour, 20 minutes, I like to keep our events on time so that I really like to respect people's time. Oh, Annie! Annie, you're here. It's so good to see you. So good to see you, Annie. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for coming to support. It's so good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate all of you for coming. I'm still getting the hang of it. So when I see that Annie is here, I'm feeling more confident in the event and everything. Yeah. So today we really just came together to celebrate our graduates, right? So you wonder, what are they graduating from? I think that's the next question. What are they graduating from? What is even Scholar Up Mentoring Academy about? I guess you can see my banner. Yeah, so before we just go right ahead, I just want to take a minute to welcome all the people that are here. Olubumi, thank you so much for coming. Wisdom, thank you for coming. LinkedIn user, I'm not sure, but congratulations to all of us. I'm not sure who you are. Maybe it's your network, but congratulations. Eremosele, thank you for being here. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. It's so exciting when you have people talking back, right? You don't feel so alone. You don't feel so isolated, like you're just talking to yourself. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming to share in our joy, for coming to celebrate with us. Before we go further, I'm just going to play like a quick video that would just give us like an overview, right, of what Scholar Up Mentoring Academy is. It's just like 1 minute. It's a 1 minute video, and then we can get started for the day. So enjoy. Thank you very much for that. Okay, how do I take this off now? Okay, see? Annie, are you not proud of me? I'm getting the hang of it. So thank you so much. That was just like a quick intro, right? Just trying to, instead of going to 10 minutes describing what it is we do, we can say it in 1 minute, right? Our academy, basically, we have two broad focus. So it's for those trying to provide resources, for those who are trying to come into graduate school, as we said at the beginning, and then for professionals who are also trying to build their brand, right? At this age and time in 2025, I think it's an error if you don't have any digital footprints. That's what I think. I think at this age and time, no matter how old you are, whether young or old, you need to become very comfortable with stepping out of your comfort zone to let people know what you can do. And you prove it by showing up and doing it. It's not just by saying my work will speak for itself. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it really doesn't. If nobody knows the problem you can solve, if nobody knows your expertise, if nobody knows where you fit in the broad picture of things, it becomes very difficult for people to relate with you. So Scholar Up was born almost 8 months ago. This particular program is 7 months old. So this is the 7th cohort. Oh, Annie, thank you. Thank you for cheering me on. I appreciate it. Yeah. So this program was born 7 months ago. So one thing is that we have shown up for 7 months back to back. Our programs run for 21 days. So we typically start at the first Monday of every month. So we started 6th of January. I think that was the first Monday of the month. And we are graduating cohort 7 today. So the next cohort, which is cohort 8, is going to be starting next week Monday, and then we'll graduate the 3rd Sunday. So it's just been so wonderful how we've had close to 400 people at this point. I think so far we've had about 400 people, and this is like the countries that we've been able to reach, about 15 or 16 where our participants are from, from the Nigeria, UK, US, Sweden, even Pakistan. We had a participant from Pakistan. That was interesting. France, and all of those things. So this is how the reach we've had so far. At this point, it's been this current cohort that is graduating is 70 people. The last cohort was around 65 or thereabout, and it's just been within that range. And then we are doing it for the 7th time, and we are excited. Each time we come to the end, we become very intentional about coming together to celebrate. We come together to appreciate the fact that it's really not easy for you to commit to something and then you see it through. It's not that you just commit and then you don't show up. So we commit to it, and then we commit to it, and then we keep going. We keep showing up. We keep making it better even. So it's not just showing up. What makes our program really so exciting is that each new cohort comes with something new. Each new cohort has a new vibe. It has a new twist to it, because I'm always learning something new. And once I learn something new, I'm excited to teach that to the members of the new cohort. So there's always something fresh coming all the time. So this is an introduction, right? So let me start by introducing myself. I've introduced Scholar Up. So we try to, Scholar Up is our academy, right? So now myself. My name is Amaka Ifeduba, right? So I just finished my PhD a couple of weeks ago. I don't know when it will be the best time to stop saying I just finished my PhD. Maybe tell me on the chat, how many months need to pass? I got my PhD in December, so it's like a month now. So how many months do you think needs to pass before I stop calling myself a fresh PhD? Somebody tell me in the chat. I'm curious to know what you think, right? How long needs to pass before I stop using that as an introduction? Yeah, but I finished my PhD recently, and I finished my PhD from Texas A&M University, and now I moved to a job in Mississippi. But even before graduating, all of this started sometime March of last year was when we started putting it together, and we've just been improving on it, and we've just been coming up and doing our thing, right? And it's been really exciting to just show up and show out, right? My background is in agriculture, so that's the unique twist. I have a background in agriculture, but then I'm able to prove that there is I tend to bridge the gap between agriculture and people development. So beyond the fact that my background is in agriculture, I'm also a professional development coach, certified, right? Certified professional development coach. So I did not just start calling myself a coach. Even though before I completed my certification, a lot of people were calling me coach, just the same way Annie was calling me doctor before I got my doctorate degree. But just as an academic and just the kind of person I am, I don't like to just take on titles that I have not been really trained for. I feel like there's a level of learning that goes into stepping into a shoes and not just saying, oh yes, I'm coach this or I'm doctor this, when it's really not what it is. So that's been my interest. I have a lot of interest in people, especially younger people, right? Especially professionals, young people who are just starting their life. I believe that everything begins and ends in the mind. That's the way I see it. So I'm always so focused on working on the mindset of people. So even the people that pass through my cohort, they will tell you that every day I'm telling them something about the mindset. Because I believe once you reach a point where you begin to look at life from a direction of gratitude and from a direction of knowing that you are the one that will save yourself. If you reach that point in your life and you realize that a lot about your growth and progress is dependent on you, it's not dependent on anybody else. Yeah, people can guide you, people can support you, people can coach you and guide you along, but ultimately you have to fold up your sleeves and get to work. Ultimately, if you really want to move the needle forward, you have to really do the work. So coming to our personal branding on LinkedIn, for example, why do you even want to brand yourself? Why do you want to show up and create something for yourself? So you need to have that clarity such that you are not just chasing the bandwagon. So these are some of the lessons we tend to teach through our program. We try to guide people through, like, who are you really? Find yourself before you begin to want to share anything. You need to first of all figure out who you are and why you are doing the things you're doing. So I'm not just going to go on and on. Today is not a lecture. Today is not a talk. It's a graduation. So I'm going to give opportunity for some of our graduates. I see some of them are already backstage with me here. So they will just come up on stage and they will say a thing or two about their experience in the cohort, just give some general comments and just also get to connect. This is also like a connection time, right? So this is like we're doing networking too. There's so many people there in the chat. There's so many people that will be coming up. If you're someone who is big on trying to expand your network, you want to look at those who are actively here and you connect with them, right? Okay, good. Last week, Zion reminded me that I'm supposed to tell you guys to please help us share. I haven't said that. I always forget. So let me remind all the people who are here. Please and please help us share the event so that other people can see what we are doing. They can come up. I think we are streaming live on YouTube too. So please just help us share the event. We'll be able to, so that other people can really come on board. We truly appreciate you for doing that. So it's easy. Just repost, reshare. Other people can come on board. So having said that, I'm sure Zion will be very happy with me that I said that. I'm going to start bringing up the people who are backstage to come up on stage and be here with me so that I will not be so lonely. Auntie Tolu is here, public speaking coach and marriage counselor extraordinary. Thank you so much for coming on board. Yeah, I see you were camera ready. That was why I started with you.
Okay.
Welcome on board, ma. Yes, I'm going to hand the mic to you. I think I'll mute myself. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. It is a joy and a privilege to be here on this stage, sharing this stage with the amazing Dr. Amaka, live from where she's from and from where I am from. Oh my goodness. Thank God for these lives, right? It's just been an honor and a joy these past 21 days, 3 weeks. It's crazy how quickly 3 weeks go by, but I am honored to be here celebrating the graduation from the amazing experience of the Elevate Your Professional Presence challenge that we went through in cohort 7. Hey, big up to all my cohort 7 classmates. Thank you so much. It was it was quite an experience. So part of the learning happened in layers for me. Am I allowed to share now?
Yes, please. Yeah, you're allowed. We are here to learn from your experience too, so that other people too can. Yes.
Thank you. So I'm a public speaker. I'm a marriage coach. I'm on LinkedIn trying to elevate my presence, trying to elevate my professional presence. You know that you know what to do, you know how you can help people, but how do you reach them in a way that will help them to see you? So this was for me why I was attracted to the program in the first place. And then I knew, just observing Dr. Amaka from a distance, I'd read a lot of her successes. I'd read the comments and seen the insights that, okay, this is somebody who's not just succeeding, but she's helping other people to succeed too. And so I came on board. Now, what I realized is that the learning was happening at different levels. So there's the obvious learning. If they teach you A plus B equals C, you learn that actively. And then there was the passive stuff, like observing that she was consistently getting on these calls with us, right? She would do these voice notes to give us like insights and instructions. And she was talking, and I could tell maybe she was going for a walk as early as 6 a.m. Most of the time it was 6 a.m. or 6:04. She would give you the exact time when she's giving the voice note, and I'm thinking, wow, this is some high level discipline. So this wasn't her telling us be disciplined. This was her showing us, how disciplined she was. And so you're thinking, if this person is this committed that at 6 a.m. she's logging on because it's time to talk to you guys and she's keeping to that. Wow, this is not theory. She's not telling you do this and she's not doing it. She's doing it actively. So those are some of the things, just really seeing. And then what I find fascinating, I don't know how you take a class of 70. I'm a mother. I have 3 children. sometimes that used to be, now I'm enjoying, I'm in the sweet phase, but it used to be crazy. How do you manage the demands of 3 different people? So I used to be baffled at class teachers who were managing classrooms that had 20 people, like, how do you handle 20? I mean, 20 adults, fine, they're, you can control them. 20 little children, doing all that. So it felt like, how does somebody stay in a group handling 70 different people that have different demands and different, you know, requests or requirements, and she handles each one as if that was her only student. I know that, I'm sure that my classmates will also testify to that, that she's able to engage with you individually, even though you're a collective. I thought that was really remarkable. And I came away with great insights into my own personal work and what I need to do. And I'm still going to be working with Dr. Amaka for sure, because there's a lot that, so yeah, very great experience. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Tolu. Thank you for coming and sharing your experience. That's the whole point of us gathering together. And you're right, right? I'm a people person. So I tell people that I think the best skill I have is my ability to engage with people and really connect with them. So that's why I leverage that skill, because it takes some learning, and it takes some practice, and it takes some intentionality and genuinely caring, not just oh, now you've signed up for the class, whatever you get, right? Because what are you going to do at that point? But it's more like a mindset of a thing that I really want to see the people that go through the program succeed. That is when I
Absolutely.
count my own success. I tell people, I say, for me, success goes beyond the fact that your LinkedIn has grown. That, for me, that's secondary. That you grew your brand and you had more followers, yeah, good and fine. That would happen if you are disciplined. But if you walked away becoming more productive, becoming more
Mhm.
disciplined, becoming more committed to a better life, that is what I count as my own success. So thank you very much, Tolu, for coming on board. Let's bring on, I see so many other people who are ready. Okay, I see Owo. Let me add her before Eromosele will come. Thank you so much for coming, Owo. I'm always so fascinated with your name. Maybe you tell me how to say it. Tell me how to say the full name. Are you muted? I think you're muted. You may look down. Oh, okay.
Owo
Now we hear
Isenke.
you.
That's the full name.
Oh, that's the full name. Owo.
Owo Isenke.
Owo Nsinke. What does it mean? I'm curious.
Okay, now to get the meaning, I have to call the full names.
Okay, it's even longer than that. Don't mind me, please. You can go ahead. Don't let us deviate. It's just like a very interesting name. For me, I've never
All
seen
right.
anybody with that name. Yeah.
Thank
Welcome on
you.
board, and thank you for coming on stage. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. Ah,
Mhm.
you remember what I told you? Like,
Yeah, please go ahead. You're welcome. You are in safe hands. You're surrounded by love. Just go ahead and share.
okay, all right. Before I started this challenge, I just had an account, but I didn't have any posts,
Yeah.
nothing. Like, I'm always coming up on LinkedIn to check out people, what other people are posting. The day you want to post, to be like, it's not up to par, it's not standard. Let me just leave it.
Mhm.
I really didn't believe in the whole sharing of your personal, professional stuff on social media. It was more of a marketplace where you can
Right.
buy and sell and hair. But
Mhm.
then this challenge actually, it made me see that I could connect with like-minded people. I connect with professionals. I could
Right.
make people see me, visible to people that needed my services, people I can connect with. When they talk, you can actually
Mhm.
relate. Oh yeah, I want to do this. This is
Mhm.
how this person has done it. So it's like how will I put it? It's like a different face. It's a very different, unique face for me. So the challenge has actually been for me is one of my biggest achievements this 2025.
I clap to that.
Yeah, and let me say the learning process initially when I started it was very hard because being consistent with social media, no, social media is not my thing like that. And
Right.
then the difficult part was actually the engaging,
Mhm.
responding. You see, you just post and someone is talking to you, you're supposed to respond back. The first week was very tough. I know
Mm.
I used to meet all the time, but I'll make sure I'll stay awake in the midnight to make sure I make my post. No. But then the second week it became easier. This last week, I was shocked it was already finishing. 21 days already. Oh my God, no. I want it to be longer.
It goes
Now
by
it's
fast.
easier. Yes, it's easier for me. I can easily just wake up, make a post in the next 30 minutes, is done, compared to before where like I can stay up to like 2 hours thinking of what to post. Do you understand? Yeah.
Right.
And then you see all those changes to make, those corrections. Oh no, it has gone a long way in shaping how I post, shaping how I relate to people. So it's actually very it's actually a very, very unique one for me. And I'm very grateful I joined. I'm not stopping anytime soon. We are going on to the next cohort.
Let's go there. Let's go. That's the
Yeah, let's
dream.
go there. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
having
Thank you so
me.
much for coming on stage. I appreciate you for coming and sharing your experience. And you said something that is very profound that I want all the people that listen, because most times when we come like together like this, I also want to drop nuggets in between so that those listening to us can also take away some lessons. The thing that happens to most of us is that we get attached to who we are in the present, that we don't give the future version of us a chance. You just tell yourself that I'm not good at this thing. Oh, it's too difficult. It's never going to work. And you're just stuck in that, and you've just believed that this is who I am. Oh, social media is not my thing. Writing is not my thing. Coming on video is not my thing. And you are just stuck in that phase. You're not giving the improved version of you a chance to blossom. And it's always that hard learning curve. It's always going to be difficult at first. Whether you decide to start now or you decide to start in 10 years' time, always have the willingness to show up as a foolish beginner. That phase of just being the person who is learning, the person who is struggling. And then you would overcome it, and then it gets easier. It's like at some point you remember and you will laugh at yourself. Sometimes when I look back to the videos I used to make, when I started trying to make videos, I was like, oh my God, it's so cringe, right? But it is that process. It's that like that step by step that you have to get through it. And then before you know, it's like, oh, this thing is not hard though. Like I can really show up and begin to find ways that I can help people solve problems. You said something, and Tolu also said it too. It's about connecting to the right people. You want to solve problems, right? How do you find the people? Are they going to come and meet you in your house when you are in your house and sleeping in your house, and come and knock on your door and say, Tolu, you're a public speaking coach. Come and coach me. If you've not come to show them that this is how you can help them, right? This is how I can be of service to you. I got this thing. I have this value within me, and I can make it better for you. So it's thank you for sharing that. I'm going to bring up the next person before I get preaching. No, preaching is not hard for me. Somebody said I should have been a pastor. And Ramosele, I like the way four of us are on the screen. It looks beautiful. Welcome on board, sir. welcome.
Hello, good evening. It's exciting to be here. And I will start by saying I like the fact that I have Owo wearing the same robe with me. We are in
Oh,
orange.
I didn't
This is
notice
the
that. Oh,
formal
okay.
graduation robe. So those on the
Yes,
panel
so.
listening, you should get their mustard yellow and join us. So it's amazing to be here, and is I would say it's rather sad I couldn't join in Tolu's panel yesterday. Just as I
Oh,
signed in, the network was terrible.
oh
What
no.
happened? The fiber got disconnected, and coming towards it, I'm like, what happened yesterday cannot happen today. So I'll practically say the IT girl for the network provider has practically become my friend, because she called me like
Okay.
6 times today just to make sure that my fiber is back up. And I'm happy to be here. And I have a lot of stuff to say, like in my head. Like I've been thinking of a million and one things, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to say? Where do I start from? Because this experience is one in a million. And I tell you why. To those that don't know me, I'm big on personal development, and that's an area where my company, Mishra, is really pushing hard on. Business development is almost like a thing I've been doing for more than like 7 years. So I put down the back seat because I just realized what we do in Mishra is better people run better businesses.
Right.
So we had to shift the goal because our target was MSMEs. So, but we just realized the people behind these businesses are not well equipped. So if
Their
we
mindset.
focus on personal development,
Right.
then we would be able to improve people either in their careers, in businesses, and in whatever they want to chase in life. And that is what we are driven by in Mishra: passion, purpose, and performance. And I came into a mentorship where that is like the key word. We drive with passion, the purpose, the whys, which is something I will go into shortly, then performance, the outcome. Every time I listen to Dr. Amaka's voice note, and I'm like, she didn't say it was, she just said it on point. Like, it's like every day you just come up with something like, I hope they are listening. I hope they are listening. Because there's a particular voice note I will talk about, like input and output. That's the term I'll say. So for example, I went in Access Bank, you go through a training school and you come out. And I remember in training school, people will say, oh, this facilitator is teaching us this stuff. He will go to First Bank and teach them the same stuff. And he goes to GT and teach them the same stuff. How will it work? And I'm like, you have to learn, implement, and see it fail before you complain. But
Right.
when you complain before implementing, you've already failed. And that was the first thing Amaka told us at the beginning of the mentorship. So if you are planning to be in cohort 8, you are getting tips. You have to be ready for the challenge. So it's not because I have paid, I am in the challenge. I put something in my sticker note. I said, I did a self-analysis, and we're talking about last week how the algorithm dropped. I said the algorithm did not drop. People fell by the way. It's like the journey to the promised land. We
Right.
don't know the number of people that were traveling to the promised land, but people may have passed on the way. So those that made the promised land, they're not like the best. It was those that were committed, consistent, passionate, resilient to go the whole hurdle. And that is
Right.
why we are happy to be here to say graduation. We are celebrating. It looks like a small goal, but it's a lot. For me, I came into 2025 to say, you know what, I want to push personal brand. And I will share this for us here and for everybody back home. Somewhere in between too, Amaka said it. When we give example of the Tony Elumelus, I was explaining to somebody today. I said, if you realize in the last 12 months, Dangote has been in the news than ever in his whole life, even being the richest man in Africa, because personal brand is important.
Right.
So, and I can say that in these 21 days, this has translated to Mishra on LinkedIn, because as I've been pushing, my followership looks like it's not growing, but Mishra is growing, because I'm relating some of our output, some of the deliverables we can offer people through me to the brand, and they are like, okay, if we stick with this brand, we'll be able to reach him at any time than if we stick to this guy. So big ups, Amaka. You're doing a fantastic job, honestly. Because and if there's anything that I go by, a friend asked me, why did you join this challenge? It's something you can do. First point is, there's nothing you can do without a community. Why O was speaking, I said, oh, I missed something in my notepad and I typed it. Amaka said something. If you are posting and there's nobody to engage, what are you posting about? If you are posting and there's nobody to see your post, then you are going nowhere.
Right.
During the challenge, I saw some people going back to like posts I made before, and they commented on it. And I'm like, I've actually been posting content, but there's nobody engaging. So now they are following and they're like, let's see what this guy has been doing
Right.
before. And they are aligning. So we celebrate small wins, big wins. For me, this is a big win because
Right.
I'm always focused on development in Africa, because it looks like we are the handed, despite that I'm in the UK. But interestingly, sometimes it's about who needs it the most. We
Right.
need it the most. That's why we are in cohort 7.
Right.
So there have that have shown interest in the brand have also shown that they need it the most. Interestingly, from these 21 days, they are not from Nigeria. I've gotten a client from Pakistan. I've gotten a client from Dubai.
That is the
Client from
testimony.
Uganda. And you see, I mentioned them on one of my posts. They're happy, to interact with the brand. So many things that you will learn from Amaka and the mentorship group. And most important for me, I will say this to everybody: there's always something to learn from people. So we don't own the whole, we don't have all the whole information. I've
Right.
come under Amaka, I've learned a lot, and I'm ready to channel that knowledge to other people. Like I told her, I'm getting my employees to maybe join one of the cohorts. Just this evening, one of them has sent me a personal message to say, "Oh, I'm scared, LinkedIn and and all that stuff." I'm like, okay, maybe I will put her on the backseat to watch the other one go forward. But I will just end my 1 million ideas with this point. You can teach skills, but you cannot teach passion. That's it.
Thank you very much, Masala. Literally, when you talk, it's just as if I am listening to myself talk. Sometimes you just see keen spirit. I see why you are Augusta's brother, right? And that's why me and Augusta we work very well, because we understand ourselves very well. And you're right. You say you can teach skills, you can't teach passion, and that's true. And you said something. It's about community. It's about understanding that none of us have a monopoly of knowledge. And if you open up your heart and you're willing to move forward, then you would challenge yourself and do the work and know that the success you are looking for is just lying behind that work that you don't want to do. There's really no magic about it. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring up Chinas. I don't know how many people can be on this stage. Tolu, I know you're expert of StreamYard. I don't know how many people can be on stage, but let me ask Chinasa. Okay, there is so many of us now. I may have to start reducing people on the stage so that it doesn't throw us off. I don't know how it works.
Okay, can I come down? Should I go out?
Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you very much. You can just also be backstage. You still hear us, so that we can just be like 4 on the stage and we'll keep bringing people. Okay, pharmacist Chinasa Ufondu. Welcome on board. Welcome. Chinasa is my personal person. Like, we've been friends long before LinkedIn. So maybe I'll leave the gists for her. LinkedIn reconnected us. Chinasa is one of the people that LinkedIn helped me to reconnect with. Right. So let's have you. Let's have you. Welcome, ma'am. You're so welcome.
Thank you so much. And I'm so glad to be here. Honestly, events would have made me not to show up here, but so let's say God win.
God win.
So thank you so much. It's been a privilege to be a part of this cohort. I was part of the cohort 5.5 back in December, and that was the first time I was joining this challenge. And I, like a lot of people have mentioned, every cohort is just different, because it obviously makes sense that with new people, you have new ideas, you have new strategies to, approaching everything that we do. So for me, it has been a learning curve that you just keep learning and learning with each day and with each cohort. Particularly, I think for me, this cohort had me juggling a lot of things. But one thing I would say that being part of the Elevate Your Professional Presence challenge with Dr. Amaka has helped me for in this cohort is just, there are some times that you have so much that you're juggling that you're almost going to let one aspect of your life suffer. But then you realize that it's better to crawl than to stop, right? So this was that cohort where for me, I was like, okay, I'm going to crawl through. I may have sped in the last cohort, like posting back to back to back every single day, apart from like the weekend, because I just did not want to post during the weekend. But for this cohort, it was just more like, I am very interested in continuing to build my brand. I know that I have a lot of things that need my attention, especially as a PhD student, but I'm just not going to let this fall through. Like, I'm not going to just ignore this aspect of my life. And so what that meant was that each time I posted, I really appreciated having that community of people that still come to engage on my posts and meaningful engagement at that. And then also give me an opportunity to keep reading other people's posts and learning from other people's posts. So I I think every season has its lesson. And for me, the lesson for this season is just stick with it. And that consistency means different things at different seasons. So whoever you are here, that you're showing up here, or you're even showing up on LinkedIn, be true to yourself. Be able to look at what you have on your palette, or more like on your plate, and then decide how you would end up pushing all of those things holistically and keep showing up for all the different aspects of your life. And also, people talk about Dr. Amaka's voice notes. I look forward to those as well, because for me, that's where the personal touch comes in. Sometimes I just listen to them and I'm like, this is from the value I get from those voice notes. I'm at this point, it just goes beyond LinkedIn posting, because I mean, I think I said this the last time I came on stage. After some time, you realize that yes, LinkedIn is a great tool, LinkedIn is a great platform, but if it's not changing who you are at the core of who you are, then the whole aim is even if not defeated, is not fully achieved, right? So for me, I really liked listening to those voice notes and just asking myself, like, why are you on LinkedIn? Like she would always ask every day, why are you showing up here? This is something you should. It's almost
Come
like
on, I don't sound like that. Don't be mean.
You definitely don't sound like that, but I always love that you reiterate it, because if you don't know your why, then you're wasting your time, right? It's so easy. The world is so noisy that
It's so noisy,
easy to just keep showing up and keep putting all of that energy without knowing your why. So each time I hear that question, I ask myself again, why are you here? And I kind of really recalibrate, and I'm like, okay, I'm here because this is what I want to be doing. And so what that also means is that even if I make a post that day and it's getting fewer engagements than what I would want, I will still encourage myself that I'm still in line with my why. And that's what matters, right? And like Eramasele said, oh, right?
Yeah,
The
I
person
think
who
you're.
okay.
Yeah.
That was a random hit. That was a random hit, but it went well. Okay.
Mhm.
But then, as he said, people also show up, like when you have new people join your engage with you, they can go to your previous posts. So it's not all about like those vanity metrics in quotes. It's about that collective building together. Thank you so much, Dr. Amaka. I really, really do love your passion for people, your passion for helping people, your passion for not giving up on people, even when they want to give up on themselves.
Giving up is not an option.
It's not an option.
It's,
So
it's not an
I'm
option
happy.
at all, at all, at all. Yes, it's.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Chinasa. Chinasa, like I said, Chinasa is my personal person. She's somebody I knew even before I left Nigeria to come to the US. I got connected to her while I was trying to come to the US for grad school, because she started a little bit ahead of me. And we started talking, we connected, and we stayed in touch. And along the line, we lost touch. I think I lost her number or something. And for whatever reason, one day my LinkedIn decided to take my posts to her. And then she reconnected, and then the friendship blossomed again. So she's one of the people LinkedIn helped me to reconnect with. And it's just been a very beautiful friendship, and just being there and supporting each other and being there for each other. And she really said a lot of things that are true. And that's like the why are you here thing, the seasons in your life. And that's the error a lot of people make. I sat with Chinasan at one point and we were talking. I was like, yeah, what is the main thing? What's the goal for this season in your life? What should you be giving your full attention to? And then are you able to just support other things as you go along? So somebody's focus, you may see someone who is able to spend 8 hours being on LinkedIn. If you did that yourself, is it going to make sense to your life? The overall picture of what you're trying to achieve at this time. What is the goal for your life? So it's important that that level of clarity that I try to give to participants is so that you are thinking of yourself at every given time. You are not just taking your own number of followers, number of comments, number of hours to compare with somebody else's own. Because success for you may not be success for me. It may not be success for the next person. So that's, introspection. You cannot really take it away. When you take introspection away from personal branding, it becomes chasing clouds. There's a difference. When you're just chasing clouds, you're waking up, you're spending your energy. You don't know why you are doing it. You are doing it because every other person is doing it. Because they say personal branding is the in thing. So thank you, Chinasa, for sharing those insights, and we have a lot of people in the comments. I'm trying to highlight their posts just to let them know that we appreciate your engagement, right? We appreciate your engagement. We are so grateful that you are here with us. This whole LinkedIn life is interesting because you are talking to people in the studio. Some people are backstage. Some people are in the comments. It's fun. It's really fun. So we appreciate you for being there. Please keep sharing those comments. Help us to share the event again, right? Help us to share so that other people can come on board. So we have a special person that has come on board, and she's wearing Scholar of uniform. Let's first say, at least she's the one person that has come with pink to tell you that she prepared for this graduation. She's wearing Scholar of uniform to come on board. Welcome, Ma. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the dedication and the resilience you've shown. So I'll just let you share your own journey. Let me not take away from it. Welcome on board. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope my network will hold up for me to talk. My network has been so bad. I've been moving in between service providers. Yes, so I'll try. Well, I'm going to miss that voice. Hello, everyone. It's 6:03 a.m. here. I'm going to miss that voice very much. That's how our voice notes start. It's been such a delight learning from Dr. Amaka. It's such a delight. I don't know why I was drawn to Elevate Your Presence challenge. I used to see, I'll see it on Dr. Augusta's page. I'll see it on Dr. Amaka's page. At the point I got confused. I was wondering, are they sisters? Is it the same person? So I had to actually write down your names on a piece of paper, then to look on LinkedIn to check that, oh, okay, they're doing the same thing for Scholar Up Academy. And then I said, okay, I'll give this a try. I see challenges flying left, right, and center on LinkedIn. And I said, okay, I've seen the people who have come in here, I've seen the difference. And I can't believe, I wish I had started my LinkedIn journey with Scholar Mentoring Academy. I'll have saved my daily post. I used to write chapters and chapters, and I have found so much growth, so much learning, considering that my first goal to coming to LinkedIn was actually to improve on my writing skills. So I'm glad that I met you to help those writing skills. And then your dedication. When I'm I had to start waking up 90 minutes earlier to keep up with you. I actually had to start waking up 90 minutes earlier every morning to put my post at a specific time and start engaging so that I could have a good head start. On some days when I feel, they're not paying me for this thing now, what is this wahala? I'll just imagine you at your table going through our post. I'll jump up and say, no, I have to do this. That's why you did more than teaching. You actually held us by the hand to lead us to growth. Except if anyone is not willing to do the work. If Dr. Amaka coaches you, you will grow by force, by fire, except if you're totally not willing to put in any effort, which was why I told myself I had to do this consistently for 21 days. I have built writing muscles. I have built the consistency to showing up. I have improved on commenting in people's posts. From there, I have had 2 speaking engagements simply because of comments that I dropped in people's posts. I've had speaking engagements, one on Instagram Live, one on Google Meet, and it's been amazing. And then you led us to defining what exactly we're selling. The first day you wrote that ICP, I'm wondering, Shebi, is JJ this woman sat down? I went to look for challenge with a doctorate degree holder. I should just have sat on my own. But the way you break it down for us, it makes it seem so easy. We just need to follow the lead and we get it right. It's been an amazing, amazing experience, and I will definitely be back. I'll definitely be back.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you very much for your
Thank
feedback.
you
Thank you
so
for
much.
coming
Thank you for
to
having us.
share with us. Yep. Thank you so much for your dedication. And I think you said something that I want to just reiterate. I think part of my coaching style is actually showing, not just saying. Because it's easy to just tell people to do things, right? It's just easy for me to give you instruction and say, oh, this is what you need to do. But I feel like sometimes what moves people's passion is the fact that
Yeah.
I'm going to show up and do it. I tell you, I said, in this our partnership, if anybody is going to break it, it's you. It will not be that one day Dr. Amaka
Yeah.
abandoned us. That will not be the case. And I think that that goes a long way so that people can also begin to build those muscles. That is really what leads us to success. It's not the motivational sprint with which you start. You know, sometimes it's new year, new me, and you just start doing something. But are you able to now
Everybody,
build yourself
yes.
to keep at it and continue and wait for yourself to blossom? Let your roots really run in deep beyond just clout and noise. Are you really going to put yourself through the process of learning, improving your
Yes.
craft, getting better at it? And I would really commend you for your dedication. You know, as someone who went through personal challenges and you had every reason to say, I'm going to give up. I won't continue. But then you were able to look life in the face and say, well, life happens. Whatever happens, happens. I just have to, keep looking forward. And that was an example for all of us.
Yes.
And I wanted to highlight that. Thank you so much. I think we have one more person in the studio before we go to our awards. If you are here, please share our event. So we have like 6 special awards for 6 special people. So that will be the last thing. We have one more person, if I'm not mistaken. I hope I'm not, the network is not making me miss. And okay, Dr. Kosi is also here. So let me bring up Dr. Kosi. Okay, so okay, this is Dr. Kosi. Yes, you can go ahead. Welcome on board.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Dr. Amaka.
Good evening to
I,
you.
I don't even know where to start.
Start from
Honestly,
the top.
I will start
Or
by
start from the
saying
bottom.
I'm even glad you put me after Mama Bironke. My goodness, this woman has been a great inspiration to all of us in the class, particularly me.
True.
I don't know about
Yeah.
others. I don't just say that she awards, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm starting from the community first. Awards
Right.
are very inspiring and it's wonderful to see. Like I said it in like 2 or 3 of our posts before. She's gradually formulating and creating the next generation of parents, and that's just wonderful to see. And I applaud you so much, ma. I really, really applaud you. You have
Yep.
been a great inspiration to me, and I don't take it for granted. And moving on to Dr. Amaka, my goodness, I've never heard of you before. First time.
Really? Ah, and I thought
I'm
I was
telling you.
popular.
Is it is I actually didn't plan on joining this. It was my dad that sent me the link, said I
Right.
should
It
join
was your
in,
dad
and
that his dad registered him to the cohort.
I didn't want to join.
I
After
knew
all
you
the
were
back
being
and forth,
reluctant. Yeah.
I just said, let's just see how it goes. And I can confidently say that, my goodness, I've changed. Like I said in my video, I've been used to long form content since about 2019, 2018. I do more of blog posts, web posts. So I write long form. Writing is not a problem for me, by the special grace of God. Writing, I can sit down and write a newspaper for you. It won't
Okay.
take me anything. So the work for me was to bring it down, and I was like, each day I'll be like, this woman has come again with this voice note. I should reduce this thing. I should reduce this thing. I should reduce this thing.
Because nobody will read it now.
And I'm like,
Everybody
if I
wants to
reduce
see the
this thing,
point.
how will I'll remove important things now. She will not say, you can break your post down into 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. And I'm like, okay, let's try. It was a fight for me. Honestly speaking, it was a fight for me, but I have been able to do that right now, and is wonderful. I see myself on this last week, I saw myself creating and typing out my posts under 10, 15, 20 minutes and it's ready. I say, just like that. And it is very nice. I truly applaud your consistency and your effort with which you used to coach every single one of us. So like everybody has said, you coached us on a general level and you coached us on a personal level. So it was great to see. And I am going to go forward with this, not just with Scholar, but in the sense that I'm not going to use it to do my own personal work and let everyone around me know that no write long content again. No, nobody's reading long content again. No. If I
Yes,
see if I see any long content, I'll just tag Dr. Amaka. Come and see you. And it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful.
thank you
And
so much. Yeah.
the community code 7 guys, I don't know whether I would have been in a better court than code 7. They are all wonderful people. They are all wonderful people. If I start calling on their names, we will not live here. So I thank
Mm,
each and every one of you. I thank Dr. Augusta. My goodness.
mm.
I'm great to be part of this. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
And
you so
it is
much
our
for
prayer
coming.
that we make you proud going forward, not just
Amen.
on
Oh, yes.
LinkedIn, not
Oh,
just on LinkedIn, but in
yes, yes,
every
yes.
other aspect of our lives, because that is the joy
Yes,
of a
so
coach to see, like you always say, to see your children do better than you,
yes,
that is
so
our that's our
that's
prayer
the
right now.
prayer.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much for
Congratulations to
coming.
everybody. Thank you for
Yep.
having me here. Is wonderful. And I just
Yeah,
have
it's
to say this, not because of
okay.
clout or anything. My mother is on this graduation call. My brother is on this
Ah,
graduation call.
okay.
So I've made it in this life.
That is good. Well done, well
Yes.
done.
So thank you very much.
Congratulations to you. Well done. Yes,
Yes,
I knew
thank
you
you.
were reluctant to come on board, but it was, like his dad registered him and said, "You come and do this thing." I don't even know that his father was following me and all of those things. And it's a good thing that you came, because it's always about learning and moving forward in life. And we have to have that openness to learn and expand our reach. You have a very unique story. You are trying to advocate for sickle cell. That's a big thing. It's really a
Thank
big
you.
deal. You need to have all the tools and the resources to do it right. You need to
Yes,
position
ma'am.
yourself to be that person, that go-to person, because you're living the life, you're happy, how your life is a blueprint for somebody else's survival. So you have to
Thank
figure out
you.
how to tell your story right, how to
Yes,
present
ma'am.
it better so that you can attract those opportunities that puts you as a champion for a very important cause. So well done. Thank you
Thank
for
you. Thank
coming
you.
on
Thank
board,
you.
taking the corrections, putting them into actions, being persistent in the learning journey. And all our
Thank you.
people in the
Thank you.
chat, Verena used to be, she's our OG. If you don't know Verena in this cohort, Verena was in like 5 cohorts or 6 cohorts back to back before she's like, she needs to take a break and rest small, but she's still very much a part of us. So when she said cut the fluff, it's something I used to tell her all the time. So she's laughing. Thank you all for being in the comment and keeping it all engaging. I'm seeing all your comments, and it's very, very interesting. I'm looking at the backstage. I hope I'm not leaving anybody behind, because I want to move on to the awards. So I just brought up someone now, Ibukun. I see that your camera is not on, but do you want to go ahead and talk? I don't know if you hear us. Before I see, and then I see Tolu Lope. I think that's the only people I'm seeing now, before we just move on to the awards and we call it a night. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I
Oh,
can hear
okay.
you. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know how to put the background. That's why I just had to do that.
But you can turn
And
on your camera. You can turn on your camera if you
I'm
want
not,
to.
no. The
All
background is
right,
not
go
too.
ahead. No, it's fine. We hear you, so it's okay.
Thank you very much. It's been an honor to be in this cohort with Coach Amaka. In fact, every time my husband is telling me, who is this Coach Amaka? Every day, Coach Amaka. I said, Coach Amaka, the group I'm in, I'm in a group with so many doctors and PhD holders. So she said, hey, who sent you message? I said, because I want to improve on myself. I need to learn the reason why, so many things about myself. I need to discover myself. And
Right.
I've been able to do that. In fact, I was discussing recently with my husband that this stuff, it has helped me to know actually what I actually want to do, with the reason why I am a sickle cell. Because I can always say I'm a sickle cell champion, I'm a sickle cell champion. Okay, why am I a sickle cell champion? Why am I still alive? Why am I still this? So being in this cohort has opened my eyes to see the reason why I am actually still alive, ill and hardy, that God has wants me to use. I mean, God has wanted to use this cohort for me to reach out to other people. In fact, caregivers that have lost themselves in the caring of their wards, that they can still be something. If I'm able to be somebody, even see Isio Road, no, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name, is moving ahead in his career. All of you, even you yourself, you are moving up. You can be somebody. Who said we can't be who we want to be? So that is one thing I come to learn about myself. And that 6 a.m. voice note, oh my God. Hey, that voice is still ringing in my head. And whenever I'm writing my stuff, that cuts the fluff too is always ringing too in my head. Cuts the fluff. Then the most challenging part of this challenge was yesterday. Oh my God, that video. I made up my mind. I will not do this video. I will not do this thing. Then all of a sudden, the voice note came. When the voice note came in the afternoon, she said, you must do this one, you must do that one, you must put yourself, do this. Okay, let's start. That's how I started. So I started doing it. I did almost 100 videos. I said this one is not good. I gave up at a time, but I sat down. I listened to the voice note again. I stood up and I did it. And I put it out there. Even though it wasn't perfect. In fact, I'm planning to do more of it so that I can be perfect. I'm even planning to go into public speaking. I'm going to push myself out of my comfort zone. I'm going to push myself. In fact, the word you said yesterday, in fact, this is a testimony. Let me give this testimony. You said something yesterday, the voice note, that we should be uncomfortable doing the uncomfortable. I mean, we should be comfortable doing the uncomfortable things. And when I got to church this morning, as a I told you, I'm a pastor's wife. So I saw my worker. One of my worker is the choir leader. I told him, why do you sing like this? Do you think this is actually your voice? Because you mentioned to us that sometimes what we think is our voice is not our voice. It's because we have not actually pushed ourselves. I told him, use your God-given voice. God did not give you this voice to be quiet. See now who you are. You will not believe me. Today was awesome in church. The choir, in fact, they really put themselves in comfort zone. I was so happy.
Glory be to God.
I think that's the satisfaction. My husband was like, hey, Coach Amaka has done it. So it has really been a life-changing experience for me. I would not lie to you. Everybody knows you in my house. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much for coming on board. And yes, of course, it gives to show that we can also hear your voice, right? It's also a way to communicate, even if the video is not turned on. Your voice was very clear. You were projecting your voice. Your message was clear. We could even feel the emotion in your voice. You said something important, and that's true. It's just that sometimes in life, we don't sit down to ask ourselves, why do we go through certain situations? It's easy for us to just say, why me, with a negative connotation. It's like, oh, why am I a sickle cell? Oh, why did I have cancer? Why is it me? Oh God, why me? But we don't ask that question with purpose. To say, okay, but why did this happen? Maybe this happened for a greater purpose. Maybe this was supposed to happen to me so that I will become the voice to help hundreds of nations. Maybe I need to stand on the stage to share my journey, to say, oh yes, even though I'm a sickle cell champion, as you like to call yourself, that even though I am this person, I'm still living my life. I'm going ahead, I'm moving forward, I'm getting into grad school, I'm moving on. I'm not just letting what has happened to me to keep me stuck. So it's just a very sweet testimony that you've given me, and it's really made me very happy. That you just begin to figure out, what do I have to offer? What can I do? What problems can I solve? And let me tell you the truth. Once you begin to solve real problems, you will not even worry in terms of money, because money and problems goes hand in hand. Most of the time when people don't have anything going for them, it's because you've really not figured out. You rather want to put yourself in a position of pity party, which doesn't work, right? It's easy. You can tell two types of story. You can tell your story to say, I'm going through this, but even though I'm going through this, I've not given up on myself. This is what I'm able to achieve. Or you can tell your story and say, my life is miserable because this has happened. Oh, the world, please pity me. And people will say, hey, yeah, this happened to you. Hey, yeah, and everybody's moving on. the world keeps moving forward. So it's just like a mindset shift. And when I hear the testimonies of people having like a different mindset, I say, yeah, that's my job is done. LinkedIn is just Jara for me. It's just like when you say Jara in Nigeria, it's like the extra. It's just like the extra that you build that confidence. You're talking about public speaking. You are in the great position to be that because you have a story to share. You can just make that story more powerful. You can refine that story such that it becomes an instrument of change. It becomes a reason why other people will not give up on themselves. So thank you so much for coming on board. I think, I don't know if there's anybody else. Lois, are you ready? I see Lois is there on the stage. I don't know if we should go to our awards. I don't want us to stay more than 1 hour, 30 minutes. So we've done 1 hour mark now. 1 hour, 30 minutes is our mark. So Dr. Kosi is still here. Let me see if Dr. Kosi is ready. Her camera is not on though, but Dr. Kosi, I don't know if you're there and if you want to speak. I just brought you up, and I think the last person will be Lois. I don't know if Lois too is here, but if that's not the case, oh, okay. Oh, welcome
Hi,
on board.
everyone.
Hello, Dr. Kosi.
Congratulations to us. Okay,
welcome on board. Yes.
Thank you. I mean, I don't really have much to say. I just agree with what every other person has said. This was a challenge in every sense of the word challenge. Like, I'm not someone that likes to put myself out there. So it was new. I had to do Kosi of America. So I had to do a lot of thinking. Dr. Amaka will challenge you. Oh my God. She will challenge you to think. When I reach out to Augusta, what am I selling? I'm not selling anything. Augusta herself will add fire to the fire that Dr. Amaka has started. Before you know what's happening, you're selling something. There is something about you that is valuable to the society. And that is what they try to put out there. So she gives prompts that get you thinking. And with each response or each feedback that she gives, I don't even know how she does it, like giving everyone personalized feedback, commenting on everyone. Oh my God. And I'm so inspired by Ibironke, madam. Like, that's the person I can see her here.
Yep.
Pink. Hey, my God. There are
She's
people
very uniform.
There are people, hey, but I mean, overall, I'm grateful for my cohort. I'm grateful for the growth because you will definitely grow. You will learn to put yourself out there. It's not a crime to actually beat your own drums. So Amaka will guide you to beat that drum and let the world recognize you for something. That is one thing that this challenge would helps us. This challenge helps us achieve, So I'm grateful for the growth. If you are yet to come on board, please do not hesitate. It's something. It's really impactful. So thank you, everyone. Congratulations to my cohorts.
Thank you so much for coming on board. Thank you, Dr. Kosi. It's been a pleasure having you. And you just said it right. It's about thinking that all of us, we have something valuable to share. And it's not about selling something, right? If your goal is to go to graduate school, that's a goal. That's a pursuit.
That's a goal, yes.
If your goal is to get a job, that is something to talk about. If your goal is just to share your journey so that another person, so it's about figuring out you. Like me, why? Like that my why question. I told you guys every day I will ask you, right? Just so that you would just think that everything you need to succeed is within you. But you cannot hide yourself. Even the Bible said it, right? That a city that is set on the hill, it cannot be hidden. You cannot just put yourself and hide yourself in one corner and say, oh, let me just stay in the corner and then everything good will come to me. The world is rapidly changing. It's rapidly changing these days that if you don't have that digital footprint, almost, it's just as if the social media is becoming the new reality. But it's about figuring out the best way to navigate it. It's about figuring out, like, how do you want to show up for yourself? What are some of the values you want to? And it makes all the difference. There are certain places I enter now, I don't need to introduce myself. I shared the testimony of how I got my job. I guess I could just even share that briefly with us here. It's just a testimony of somebody saying, oh, coming into my inbox when I was at the tail end of my grad school and I was going crazy, figuring out, am I going to get a job? Oh, it's December. It's the end of the year. I was getting worried. It's the end of the year. There's not a lot happening. There's not a lot of hiring. America is like at the worst point. Even globally, it's not even just the US. in terms of the hiring and people not wanting to hire, especially in the ag sector. So I was at that point. Grad school was almost over. Some things that I thought we already aligned was no longer aligned, and I was at the point of, okay, what is going to happen now? So there was the overwhelming fear of me that have been showing up to encourage. So I was telling God, what is going to be the story? Am I going to come up in January and then I'm now a PhD graduate without a job? And in that moment, somebody just reached out to my inbox. Hello, I'm the CEO of this company. I've been following your journey. I've been following your content. We have this role that I feel like you are a good fit. So I see your passion for helping people. I see the way you, and this person I never even knew was in my network, because he doesn't, in fact, this person that I'm talking about has like 100 and something connections on LinkedIn. That is how absent his LinkedIn activity is. But he was always present. He says, yeah, he comes to LinkedIn to look for talent. He doesn't use it. He never comments. He never engages. He has never done it. I did not know he existed, and I would not have even known this job was there. But it was just a reach out to say, yeah, do you want this job? We want you to come and lead this thing. I feel like you have the skill set for it. So interviews became conversation. It was not a case of bring your CV, come and do how many interviews, no. It's like, I already know you have what I need. And within a space of how long, employment letter was given, movement was done. So you feel like what you're doing is not valuable until you need it to be. That's why I tell people, it is not when you go to the swimming pool. That's not when you learn to swim, right? You learn how to swim ahead of time, so that by the time the flood comes, or by the time you are thrown into water, you already know how to navigate. So let me just let me land it there. I'll probably tell you one more story in the end, right? But now let's go into the awards. I know that people are excited. People are excited to know the people who really took away all our awards for this cohort. So we have the first award. The first award goes to the most creative. So typically this award, our award, the way it goes is that you guys vote, right? So it's I don't even vote. It's based on People's Choice Award. So you guys in the cohort, you see people's activity, you see how they show up. So people get the awards based on that. So the first award goes to the most creative. So this is for the individual who demonstrated exceptional creativity and originality in their content and ideas. They bring a unique flair to their content, expressing ideas in an innovative and engaging way. The most creative award. So this most creative award, we actually got 2 people that were most creative based on our observation, based on the content that people produced every day. The first person goes to Lois. Lois is a journalist. She's been trying to come up. Lois, are you here finally? I don't know if you're able to speak, but congratulate Lois. Lois is taking away our
Thank you. I'm here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm here. Good evening, everyone.
Yes. Good evening, Lois. Good evening, Lois. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you very much. I've been saying thank you since 2 days ago because I've been so overwhelmed. Like I said in that video, I said I've been on LinkedIn for over 10 months, and I've been asking myself, must I sell something? What should I sell? I remember entering your DM, and then you told me that if I don't want to sell, this is what I should do. Then I went back to the drawing board, and I'm like, okay, I have something to sell, because you kept on saying it. Clarify your offer. Don't just do something and just leave it open-ended. State your offer. So I had to go back to the drawing board, and after doing that, like, now I know what I want to do on LinkedIn. I just want to say very, very, very big thank you to you for organizing this program. Thank you so much. To my cohort 7 members, I want to say a very big thank you for all showing up for me. May God bless every one of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, congratulations to you on receiving the award as most dedicated. Everybody is saying congratulations. Well deserved, well deserved. Plenty people are telling you. Yeah, thank you so much, Lois. The second person who is the most creative is also somewhere backstage. So I will just add her to the stage. The second most creative, and she's not even looking, goes to our public speaking coach and marriage counselor. Congratulations to you, man. You're also someone who brought a lot of creativity to your post in terms of sharing your insight and sharing stories. What do you have to say about that?
I'm
Congratulations to
shocked.
you.
I'm shocked. Thank you so much. I really felt like I was just trying to keep my head above water, to be honest, because
But you were
I
doing
was.
really well.
Oh my. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really wow. How did? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I'm
Congratulations to
shocked.
you. Yes, for
Yeah.
it's creativity really is about there's a lot of repeated posts on LinkedIn, right? That's what you notice. By the time you start reading, you realize that it's very few people that actually share posts from, oh wow, they just give you that idea, like I never thought about this. Oh, this is new, this is fresh. So it's that freshness, bringing that
Oh,
freshness. That's the
thank
creativity. So
you. Thank you.
well done. Keep
Thank
it
you.
up. So we go to
Thank
the next award. I've not seen her here. Oh yeah, so Annie is hyping you. Tolu Ekwe is always a winner. Yeah, she's always a winner. People are giving you congratulations. You the most consistent. This one, she was showing up at the same time. This is for somebody who embodied the spirit of persistence, consistently posting valuable content around the same time every day, demonstrating their commitment and reliability. This award goes to Ginika Elizabeth. I've not seen Ginika today. I don't know if she's here, but congratulations to Ginika. Give us some emojis and some reactions. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for being consistent and being an example for other people. So since Ginika is not here to do like a small speech, we'll move on to the next person. This is the Engagement Champion Award. So they were active in liking, commenting, and sharing other people's posts. This person is in the heart of every conversation, offering insightful comments and thoughtful feedback that enriched discussion and elevated the quality of engagement in the post. They don't just comment, they connect. There's no surprise. Like when I saw this voting, I was like, even if I was choosing, definitely this award was going to Eromosele Imomon. Congratulations, sir. Of course, you're a public speaking coach. I think you are a personal development coach yourself, so you know how to connect with people. So there's no surprise there. Congratulations to you. Tell us, how do you feel winning this award? There's plenty of you. So if you won the award, then you did something special. Something to take back home to Mishra. You are muted. I think you are muted. So look down. You have to unmute yourself. I cannot hear you. Is it just me or can you hear him? I can't hear him. So let me know if you hear Remosele. I don't hear him. Maybe you can go out and come back in. I don't hear you. I don't know if it's me. Yeah, you can come back in. So Remosele will come back in while I go to the next one. I think it's probably his network. So we go to the next award. Yeah, I saw her here before. I hope she's still here. So this is the Silent Achievers Award. I always like this award. This award goes to celebrate a quiet achiever who may not always be in the spotlight, but has made significant strides in their LinkedIn journey. Their impact is felt through the quality of their work, the depth of their insight, and their unwavering dedication to growth. The Silent Achievers Award goes to Arafa. Arafa was here before. Say congratulations to Arafa. I don't know if she's still in the comment section, but I saw her comments in the beginning. Yes, okay, Remosele is back. Yep, so the award goes to Arafa. Please say some congratulations to her while we give the mic to Remosele. Welcome back, sir. I hope your internet is better. I cannot hear you. Is it just me? Can you guys hear Romosela? I hope it's not me that is it's not my own network. I'm trying to see. Let me see from the chat. Please, okay, yeah, they can't hear you. It's not me. I think maybe your internet does not work. Use sign language. Use sign language. You sign to us what you are saying. Since we can't hear you. Tell us what you are saying through sign language. Yeah, we got that. Thank you very much. We got that. That was really funny. Thank you. I think your internet has decided that you should not receive the award. So then we have most improved award, right? We have the most improved award. This award goes to the most improved award goes to the person that has blossomed in their LinkedIn, showing remarkable growth in their writing, content creation, and building strong and engaged following. They turn their LinkedIn presence into a powerful personal brand. This award goes to Chiwi Apan. Chiwi has been with us in several cohorts. I don't know if I've seen her here today, but congratulations to Chiwi. Thank you so much for showing up and telling us about all those criminology. If you don't know Chiwi, Chiwi is one person that writes about, she talks about criminology a lot. I think probably she's the only person I've heard on LinkedIn that talks about that. And she does it in a very beautiful way. The last award, very, very last and most special award in my own mind. That's the most special award for today. This award goes to the most dedicated, right? So this award goes to someone that, despite facing legitimate challenges that could have made them step away, they showed remarkable perseverance and resilience, choosing to keep going instead. Beyond her own growth, they generously offered help and support to others, fostering a spirit of collaboration and mutual engagement and encouragement. Their dedication to growth and learning stood out, like it stood out completely, inspiring those around them. A true embodiment of commitment and excellence. This award goes to no other person. You already know. Tell me, who owns this award? Let's see. Who has this award? I'm trying to see if anybody is going to say the name in the chat, even though I think the chat is lagging. Who knows who has the most dedicated award? Let me start from the chat before I announce the winner. Who has the most dedicated award of cohort 7 of the Scholar Up program? I want to see if the people in the chat, if someone in the chat is going to write the name of the person before I say the name, right? I'm going to tell you again. Oh, you see? You see, I said it now. I said that I don't need to call the name. The owner of the award, the people in the chat will just say, this is the person that has the award. You see, not just one person. Congratulations to you, ma. Oh, yes, I can see you. You are there. Congratulations. You see, plenty of people are just saying it. Like, I don't need to even say, I don't need to call your name. All of them, they know. They know the owner of the award already.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations to you. Thank you very much for
really thank you. My children are in trouble with this award.
Tell them that you brought something home. When you get the award, frame it and put it big so that they know that yes, you went, you saw, you conquered. You
yes, so because they're always tensioning me. They're always tensioning me with their own awards. So now I have something to tension them with.
Congratulations
so
to you,
much.
Congratulations. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. And when we have different people, yes. Thank you. I think the beauty of our cohort, the unique thing is that we always have people at different stages of their life and different stages of learning. You have younger people who are just starting their life, and then they can look up to people and learn, so that it's not just by saying, right? It's easy to say things, but it's the doing. The doing makes all the difference. It's when you see people who would show up and challenge you. And if you are giving excuses, maybe you just say, if my Bironke, by in her age, she will wake up and be doing this thing. Which excuse do I have, right? So that just also kind of becomes a learning by enforcement, a learning by seeing, not just, saying. So thank you very much, ma'am. I'm so happy that you got this award. So now we are coming to the end of our graduation ceremony. Drum roll. Drum roll, drum roll. We are reaching the end of our graduation ceremony. It's been so wonderful that we are able to come together and celebrate, right? Celebration is a big part of progress. That's something that a lot of times people don't know. People don't understand that when you celebrate your progress, it gives you the motivation to keep going. You have to reach a point in your life that you begin to really celebrate the milestones that you reach. no matter how big or small anybody may define it. But if you've never posted on LinkedIn and you manage to do it for 21 days, that's a big deal. That's something you should come and you should celebrate. You should give it will give you the momentum. It will give you the, you know, the joy to like, okay, now maybe I need to keep going. Now I have done this. I can do 21 days. Maybe if I can do 21 days, maybe I can do 42, right? So if I do 42, oh, maybe I can do even more than that. So celebration is important. It's really a big part of, you know, you give yourself those rewards. You just stop and you say, oh, okay, I can take a minute to pat myself in the back. I can take a minute to rejoice with other people. I can take a minute to take stock. It's important to take stock in whatever you're doing. Like, okay, now I've done this for 21 days. How did anything change? How did my presence change? How did my learning change? What has improved about me? So it's been such a wonderful time spending this time with all of you, right? I promised I was going to tell us a story. Probably, I think I'll write this story tomorrow. But since all of you are here, you get to hear the story ahead of time. And then tomorrow, you'll get to read it again. I'll probably write it as my post tomorrow. But I feel like it's a good place to end the event by sharing this story with you. These days, I'm very intentional about learning, and not just learning, in being able to articulate your value. It's not just that you know. It's not enough to say, oh, I know my good work would find me. It's no longer enough. It's no longer enough. If you're in that kind of situation where you always tell yourself that, yeah, I know what I'm doing, even if it's in the corporate environment, even if you realize that most of the time, the people who move up the ladder are people who have the communication skill to clearly articulate the value they carry. So what is the story I want to tell you? It's going to be a quick story for us to really understand why I became passionate about personal branding, even as someone who seemingly does not have a background, right? Ordinarily, I don't have a background in this, per se, in terms of education. All my education have been STEM, agriculture, plant science development, plant breeding. That's my training. That's all the higher education that I've had for the past, how many years? 13 years, thereabout, has just been that. But I became very passionate about this because of something that happened to me personally, right? I graduated from the university. In 2016. I was supposed to graduate in 2015, the 2015 set, but you know, Nigeria and strike actions and this and that, but somehow I finished in 2016, but my set is 2015. And I graduated as the overall best in the university. So I was overall best graduating student. So not just my department, but university-wide. And in that period of my time, I was very humble. I'm using quotation marks to say humble. After I graduated as overall best in the university, I did not share that news with anybody beyond my immediate family, right? Beyond my family, like let's say my family unit and the people who knew me personally. For one day, then I did not even have any social media. I always say social media is not my thing, right? I just connect well with people. So when things changed for me was when I realized that I could still do the same thing. I can come on social media and still connect with people. So in graduating as overall best, I felt like, yeah, I got this. I got it. That's fine. I don't need to announce it. It's not something I need to say to anybody. It's not something that was worth celebrating, quote and unquote, because I'm humble. I don't want anybody to feel bad. I don't want anybody to say, oh, she's being proud. And I took my certificate and I put it in my file and went to sleep. That was the end of it. My life moved on. I went to do my youth service, went on to do my master's degree, started applying to come to graduate school in the US. Why am I sharing this story with you? What I want to share with you, I only discovered 4 years ago. So I probably would not have ever discovered it happened if the person who was the facilitator did not share it with me. So that's the only way I know. So you realize I said I finished university 9 years ago. So I only discovered this happened 4 years ago. So there was a 5 years lapse, right? 4 years ago when I started applying for grad school and preparing to come here, of course, I was in the University of Jos, right? And I was also lecturing in the university. So that's the period when I went and I was trying to get all my clearance and do all the things, all the paperwork I needed to do to come to the United States. I went to the admin office, just doing my paperwork, normal stuff, trying to get all my clearance and everything. And then a man just talked to me. He said, "You're Amaka, right?" I said, "Yeah, I am." He said, "Don't you remember me?" I said, no. I said, you look familiar. I know you work in the university administration, but I don't remember you personally. Like, is there a reason why I should remember you, right? And then he's like, you don't remember 5 years ago when you graduated, when you came to collect your awards, you actually collected it from me. I was the one in charge of the admissions award office. I was the one who disbursed it to you. I was in charge of it. I said, oh, wow, that's why you look familiar, but I don't remember. It's been 5 years. And then he said, I want to apologize to you. I'm like, okay, that's strange. Like, why do you need to apologize to me? What happened? He said, after you graduated and you left, a couple of months later, there was an opportunity for the overall best students to, he was supposed to go with the vice chancellor to like an NGO that came into Nigeria. They were doing something. They were trying to encourage the best student. They were going to receive an award and receive a huge cash amount. The amount was 500,000 naira, and this was in 2016. So imagine how much it was as of 2016. So they were supposed to receive this money and receive this award. And I was talking to people, and somebody said, oh, you are Igbo, your people like money too much. And because I was not very comfortable from the place you're from, I just called the next person. I called the guy who was who graduated second place, and then he took that opportunity. Can you believe the guy didn't even give me anything? I won't go too deep into that story, but the point of sharing this story is that, why do you think it was very easy for him to get away with that? The main reason, like, what was the main reason he was able to pull that stunt? Even though I graduated as overall best, announced on graduation day, went to shake the vice chancellor's hand, collected my certificate, an opportunity came for an overall best student, and I was skipped. Why did you think it was easy for him to pull that off? The main reason why he could easily do that was because I had no visibility. I had no, if I had shouted it from the rooftop when I graduated, if I had come to, say, Facebook or LinkedIn and made posts and people reposted it and I announced it and I made it abundantly clear that, oh, I graduated as overall best, and all of this noise was around it, he would have thought twice. He would have been very careful to pull that kind of stunt. But because I was humble and quiet, that opportunity skipped by. I accepted his apology, right? But is he going to give me back the opportunity? Of course, I'm not worried about that. But the reason why I'm sharing this with you as a parting word is to challenge you to realize that the era and the time where you say, I'm just going to be in the corner and hide myself, is past. You should just go beyond that. You just really have to step away from that and begin to show up for who you are. As you're learn and build in public. Learn to get comfortable with sharing your value as you go. It's not about perfection, really. None of us ever show up and become perfect. We are not perfect people, but we just have the willingness to keep going. So I wanted to share that story for you to understand how valuable it is for you to have there's a level of visibility that you have that will open doors for you, because your presence, the personal brand you've built, is going to announce you even before you announce yourself. Before you step into a door, it gets to announce you. So I want to appreciate everybody. I hope you're still here with me. I want to appreciate everybody that has stayed with us. I said we were going to be 1 hour, 30 minutes, and we're doing just that. So we've been very good in managing our time. Thank you so much for sharing this graduation with us. Like I said, our program starts the first Monday of every month. So cohort 8 is already filling up. We're going to start next Monday. So if you're not in that cohort, you want to make sure your spot is secured, right? You really, really want to make sure your spot is secured. Yep. And I think I wanted to highlight a few of our past members. I think I have like a video of our past members that I'm going to quickly highlight for us to just highlight a few of the people that were in some of our previous cohorts. So we'll listen to that. It's like a 1 minute.
And it's graduation o'clock. Hello everyone. My name is Catherine Igwe, or you can call me CK for short. I am so excited to see this beautiful day. I mean, it is the day 20 of the 21 days Elevate Your Professional Presence Consistency Challenge with Coach Amaka.
As you all know, my name is Adu Joshua Opeyemi. I am a small boy still learning. To begin with, a mentor is someone who sees more talent and ability within you than you see yourself, and helps being it out of you. The question remains, who is this mentor? Her name is Amaka.
Hi everyone, I'm Akudike Chioma. Guess what? I just finished my 21 days Elevate Your Professional Presence with Amaka Ifedoba. Wow. 2 words to describe my experience so far: transformative and fantabulous.
My name is Anwaliyen and I'm an administrative virtual assistant. And who is a mentor? A mentor is someone who shares their experience, knowledge, and expertise. And who is this person? Her name is Amaka.
Hey everyone, I can't believe it, but we are at the finish line of this 21-day LinkedIn challenge, and it's been a game changer for me. From day one, I committed to showing up consistently, and I did just that. A gentle reminder is that the journey has only just begun. We're here together, we're going to keep growing, and we're going to keep being the best version of ourselves.
Our last video for the day, and then we can get going on board. So now in case you joined late and you don't know what we are about, the video just tells you what Scholar Up is about, right? So it's so beautiful that we are able to showcase that. Yep. So we've come to the end of our graduation, and I'm hoping that what you do for us for being here, at least you can create a post and tell us some of the nuggets that you learned from here. Come and join our community, come and be a part of what we're doing. Follow everybody, connect with each other, build your network, become very intentional about building your network, meet new people, learn from them, be comfortable with becoming uncomfortable so that you can move forward in life. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to end the live right now. Bye. God bless you. Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye.